All right. Well, let's find a comfortable seat, a blanket or cushion under your hips if that feels better. We'll begin by rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then take the fingertips and gently brush across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. Bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can float your hands down, keeping your eyes closed or just having your gaze downward. Extend the spine up tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the earth with each exhale. We'll tune in with 3 ohms. Feel free to join in or just absorb the vibration. Another deep breath in. Take a moment to observe the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Let's bring our awareness to the breath. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding and opening, contracting and relaxing. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale, completely releasing the breath with each exhale. Continuing this full deep breath, we'll gently move into the continuous or circle breath by decreasing the pause between the inhale and the exhale. So inhaling fully, and as you come to the edge of that inhale, turn it into the exhale instead of pausing. And as you come to the end of your exhale, gently turn it into the inhale. You can envision a large water wheel in front of you if you'd like. The inhale drawing the wheel toward you. The exhale gently pushing it away, creating one continuous motion with the breath. Take one more full continuous breath. And when you reach the end of the exhale, gently return to your natural breath. Taking a moment to notice any changes you feel in your mind or body. Remembering that our breath is always with us to help find those moments of peace and calm. Now bring your awareness to your right hand, allowing the tips of the thumb and pointer finger to come together. And bring those fingertips to your heart center. Turning your attention deeper inward toward your heart, looking within for your inner light and your inner joy. As you find that connection with the light within you, allow its warm glow to flow on the breath throughout your entire body. As you find that connection with your inner joy, allow it to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And breathe it out into the space around you. As we continue our practice, allow your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. When you're ready, you can float your hand down, gently open your eyes. And if you'd like to switch your legs or change positions, please go ahead and do that. With your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch the shoulders up by our ears. And as you exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Once more, lift and squeeze. And back and down. Now let's gently take the right shoulder and squeeze it up. And press it back and down, really thinking about tucking the shoulder blade in as a way to draw it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Now let's inhale the left shoulder. Exhale, really tucking that shoulder blade down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more, lift and lower. We'll bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down, tucking the shoulder blades, lifting the heart. Gently drawing those shoulder blades down, strengthening the muscles around them. Then let's press the shoulder blades back toward each other, lifting the heart. Gently squeezing the the center of the shoulder blades together, bringing out any tension. And we'll open the arms wide, turn the palms up, lift the heart a little more. Think about squeezing the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. Breathing into the heart, opening the chest. If it feels okay, you can flex the wrists, pressing through the palms. And let's bring the arms in front, crossing the right over the left. Bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand around the right wrist. Or you can also place the hands on the shoulders if that doesn't feel comfortable. Lifting the elbows to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Gently squeeze the arms together as you press the elbows forward and breathe into the upper back. Allow the jaw to soften, the neck to lengthen and relax. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you can gently lower and lift, lengthening through the back. And if it feels okay with your inhale, you can gently arch, lifting those elbows up high. And as you exhale, folding forward, letting the elbows float toward the floor, really releasing through the upper back. And with your next inhaling breath, gently coming back to the center and unwrapping the arms. Oop, open wide. I almost forgot what I was doing. And then we'll come to the center with the left over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, left hand around the right wrist, elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears as you press forward with the elbows, breathing into the upper back. And again, if it feels okay, you can begin to lower and lift the elbows. And with your next inhale, lifting up, gently arching if that feels okay. And with the exhale, gently lowering, letting the weight of the arms stretch to the upper back. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. And we'll unwrap the arms, roll the shoulders around. And let's interlace the fingers, press the palms out in front, roll the shoulders forward, drop the chin round the spine. Inhale, lifting the arms up over the head, gently arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time as you exhale, keep the palms up and gently drop the chin toward the chest. Soften the elbows and think about rolling the shoulder blades back toward each other, gently squeezing the upper corners of the shoulder blades together. Relaxing the jaw and the back of the neck. And if it feels okay, you could press up through the palms. Listening to your body, gently squeezing those trapezius muscles through the shoulders and neck, wringing out any tension. With your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, gently twist toward the right, hands floating down, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, gently twisting. Follow the breath, lifting with the inhale, gently twisting with the exhale. If it feels okay for your neck, you could gently turn the neck toward the left shoulder, but really listen to your body. And bringing the head back toward the right shoulder with your next inhale, lift the left arm up over or up by the ear. And as you exhale, reach over the body. Right hip drops toward the mat, lifting the heart, reaching the fingertips across the sky. Chin is gently away from the chest. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And exhale back to the center. Take a breath in and out. And we'll interlace the fingers. Inhale the palms up over the head. Exhale, twisting toward the left. Floating the hands down, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Lifting the heart with the inhale. Gently twisting through the ribs with your exhale. Hold and breathe. Finding that edge between flexibility and inflexibility. Again, if it feels okay, you can turn that chin toward the right shoulder, but listen to your body. Only do as much as feels okay. And bringing the chin back toward the left shoulder. With your next inhale, lift the left arm up by the ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body. Left hip drops toward the mat, lifting the heart. Fingertips reach across the ceiling. Chin is away from the chest. Breathing into the left side of the body. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And exhale, come back to the center. Let's extend our legs out in front of us. Scooting our feet down toward the end of the mat. If you'd like to stay sitting on your blanket, you're welcome to do that as well for the forward fold. So we'll start with staff pose, lifting the spine tall, shoulders are back and down, hands can rest on the legs or floor. Gently flexing the feet and engaging the kneecaps, engaging the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up. Lifting the heels gently off the floor. If that feels okay, you can do both legs at the same time or isolate one leg and then the other. Keeping the spine tall, think about drawing the belly muscles toward the back, reaching the heels away, and lengthening through the crown of the head. And with your next exhale, let's soften the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, gently folding forward, hands resting on the legs, floor, or feet. Keeping the spine long by inhaling with the lengthening of the spine. And exhale, gently soften. Listen to the body, honoring it where it is in this moment. Gently tilting the pelvis forward, lifting the tailbone behind you to help lengthen the spine out over the legs. Noticing where you feel tightness or tension through the low back or back of the legs. And gently send the breath there with kindness, gentleness, allowing that tension to release and let go. And with your next inhale, let's lift the spine up tall, bringing the hands a few inches behind the hips. Can work with inclined plane, feet together, lifting the hips here, or work with reverse table, bringing the feet hip width apart, knees bent, and lifting here. So find the version that feels good for you in this moment today. And with your next inhaling breath, let's lift the hips up high. Exhale, gently lower and hover if that feels okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, lift. And exhale, gently lower. Let's shake out the hands. And I'm going to have you bring your right ankle over your left thigh. And take your sock off if you have a sock on in the moment. We're going to start at the heels with both thumbs. And gently press through the center of the foot all the way up to the toes. Doing that a couple of times. Just as much pressure feels okay for you. And then gently begin to come a little wider. Getting the entire sole of the foot. And you can gently pull on each of the toes. Give them a little love. You can kind of give a little extra rub kind of at the base of the toes as well. Sometimes we have a lot of tightness in those joints and in the pad of the foot. Then let's interlace or place the palm of the left hand on the right foot and interlace the fingers and toes, stretching those toes out a little bit. And begin to make some gentle circles with the ankle. And reverse the circles. Then we'll unlace the fingers and wrap them underneath the little toe. Right hand underneath the right ankle. Lengthening the spine tall, gently flex that left foot. With your next inhale, lift the foot up toward the head just as far as feels okay. It doesn't have to come very far. Really listen to your hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And we'll place the foot in the palm of the hand, in the forearm, or into the elbow, whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm going to turn so you guys can see me better. We'll bring the right arm on the outside of the leg. You can hold at the knee, or if it feels okay, you can interlace your fingers. And let's gently rock, massaging the hip, lubricating it. And then gently drawing the leg toward the torso. And we'll gently lower down. Then let's bring the left foot, or ankle, over the right thigh. And we'll give the left foot that little massage as well. So starting with both thumbs at the heel, gently sliding with however much pressure feels okay from your heels to your toes. And then beginning to move further to the outer edges of the feet. You might find a tender spot and kind of give it a little extra massage if that feels good. And then each of the toes, giving them a little pull and massage. And again, kind of at the base of the toes, the ball of the feet. Just finding whatever little spots need a little extra TLC today. I have a little spot from where I broke my toe last summer, being silly, that just needs a little extra TLC many days. So if you have a little spot, sometimes the arch of our foot is also the other place where we get some tightness or knots. All right, when you're done with that, go ahead and place the right hand on the sole of the left foot, and we'll interlace the fingers and toes. And gently begin to make circles with the ankle. Trying to release the muscles of the ankle and let the hand do all the work. And reverse the circles. And we'll unlace the fingers and wrap them underneath the toes. Place the left hand underneath the left ankle. Lifting the spine tall, take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, gently lift the foot just as far as feels okay. Inhale, lower the leg and lift the spine. Exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And we'll lower the hand. The foot can remain in the palm of the hand. Come to the forearm or into the crease of the elbow. Left arm on the outside of the leg, either taking hold at the knee or interlacing the fingers if that feels okay. And then gently beginning to rock, lubricating the hip. And then gently hugging the leg toward the torso, just as far as feels okay. And then lowering the leg down. Let's gently roll onto our backs. Tucking the shoulders under, arms alongside the body. We'll bend the knees, bringing the feet to the floor. Let's work again with bridge pose this week. We'll add a few variations if you would like to. So we'll lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Shoulders tuck back and down. Arms are alongside the body with the palms facing down. Take a breath in and out. With your next inhale, scoop the pelvis and gently begin to roll the spine up, one vertebrae at a time, hips reaching high. As you exhale, gently begin to lower the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Knees stay parallel. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, gently lower. Inhale, scoop. And this time, if it feels okay, you can hold and breathe. Gently pressing back onto the shoulders. If it feels better to continue coming up and down to build your strength, please listen to your body and do that. If you're holding, gently press into the feet, lifting the hips high. You can add the chest opener by rolling the shoulders under, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms toward each other. You can walk those elbows in a little more if that feels okay, and gently extending the arms just as far as feels okay. You want to make sure we're not hyperextending or torquing the elbows too much. Sorry, I lost my words for a minute. We're pressing into the feet, lifting the hips high. If you'd like to add a little extra hip opener here, you can bring your left foot in to the center a little and bring your right ankle over the left thigh, lifting here. If this feels like too much, by all means, don't do it. Letting that right knee fall out to the side a little. And then when you're ready, gently switching. Pressing high with the hip as the knee falls out to the side. And then gently bringing both feet down, unlacing the hands, rolling the shoulders out, and lowering down if you're not there already. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release, and let the breath go. Let's bring the knees over the torso, gently hugging them in to the belly. Apanasana. Can rock a little from side to side if that feels good. From here, you can either roll to your right side, pressing up with your hands, or slip your hands behind your knees, kick your feet over your head, and gently rock up. Let's bring the knees in front of us, and we'll work with forward boat pose. So we'll place the feet on the floor, hands under the knees. Make sure it's clear behind you in case you tip backwards. Come up to the toes, draw the belly muscles down. You can lift up one foot and then the other, or you can lift both legs up so the calves are parallel to the floor. Drawing the belly muscles toward the back, lengthening through the spine. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you can extend the legs out. And you can stay here, or if it feels okay, you can release the hands. And that can be in either position. So listen to your body. Do what feels right for you in this moment. I also notice my knees like to turn out when I'm here. So kind of pay attention to your legs and try to have the knees pointing up as well. Sometimes our hip muscles or thigh muscles will compensate, and then we're not actually using the belly muscle. One more breath. And let's lower the feet down. Drop the knees out to the side, bringing the soles of the feet together, and let's slide the feet away from us a little bit. And then we'll slide the hands underneath the lower leg and wrap the hands around the ankles or feet, coming into star pose and gently dropping the chin down. Just breathing into the back. And then with your next inhale, lift up tall. And let's come forward onto our hands and knees. If you'd like a little padding underneath your knees, please go ahead and add a blanket there. And we'll bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Elbows are soft, so the inner elbows are facing each other. Head extends out from the spine. Tuck the shoulder blades. Draw the belly up into strong table pose. Take a breath in and out. With your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow the breath, releasing the front and the back of the leg. I'm sorry. Releasing. Sorry, my brain went to a whole different pose. Oh my goodness. Strengthening the back with your inhale and releasing with the exhale. And with your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. Gonna shift your weight to your left hand, and let's inhale, sweeping that right arm up gently. And as you exhale, bring it down underneath the left arm, threading the needle, bringing your right shoulder to the mat. letting the right side of the head rest on the mat. From here, gently press back into the right shoulder. You'll feel a little more stretch around the shoulder blade. And if it feels okay, you can also take that right hip and draw it a little bit toward the right shoulder. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could bring the left arm up. And from here, you can either bring the left hand to the right hip, gently rolling the shoulder back, or you can also bring the arm over and reaching toward the floor. So do what feels best and feels like you're getting the most stretch around your shoulders. And then when you're ready, you can bring that left hand back to the mat and press into it, lifting up onto both hands. Take a breath in and out. And with your next inhale, let's sweep the left arm up. And exhale, bringing it under, resting the left shoulder onto the mat, left side of the head rests down. Really paying attention to your neck here, not too much pressure. You can keep that hand on the mat. And gently again, pull back from that left shoulder, feeling a little bit of stretch around the shoulder blade. And if it feels okay, you can bring the left hip a little bit toward the shoulder as well. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, bring that right arm up. You can keep the arm up, or bring the right hand toward the left hip, drawing the shoulder back. Or again, drop the arm over the ear with the fingertips on the mat. So find the version of the pose that feels like you are having the most benefit from it in this moment. And then we'll gently bring that right hand back to the mat, pressing into it, lift back up onto both hands. And let's tuck our toes under, walk the hands forward a couple of inches, and then we'll press our hips up and back into downward dog. Softening the knees, reaching back with the hips, letting the head drop between the arms with the chin gently away from the chest. And then when your back is nice and long, if it feels okay, you can gently begin to lengthen through the back of the legs. And if you want to do one leg and then the other, really getting down into the heels to release those calves, go ahead and do that. And then pressing through both heels, lifting up to the sitting bones, lengthening through the back. With your next inhale, let's shift forward into plank. If you'd like to bring the knees down here to support or come onto forearms, please go ahead and do that. Shoulders are back and down, head extends out, belly draws up. And engage the quadriceps to help you, reaching through your heels. Take one more breath. And then you can either go ahead and tuck the elbows and lower down into Chaturanga Dandasana, or lower the knees and then lower down. Let's bring the hands on the outside of the mat a little bit, right at shoulder height. And we're going to lift those elbows so they're pointing up toward the sky. Going to be on our fingertips. Zip the legs together and press the pelvic bone into the mat. And with your next inhale, lift the head and chest. And gently tilt the right ear over the right shoulder. Hold and breathe here if that feels okay. If this doesn't work for you, you can go into a traditional cobra instead. Coming back to the center with the head, let's lower down. With your next inhale, lifting. And hold and breathe, dipping that left ear toward the left shoulder if that feels okay. Feeling it stretch through the neck. Keeping those elbows pointing up toward the sky. And coming back to the center and lowering down. Let's bring the arms alongside the body and rest the chin or forehead on the mat. And then we'll rock the hands so the palms are underneath the thighs, facing up toward the thighs. Press the pelvic bone down into the mat. And with your next inhale, let's lift the left leg behind us. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Think about dropping the right hip toward the mat as you lift the leg using the low back and the glutes. And with your next exhaling breath, gently lower the leg. Take a breath in and out. Pressing the pelvic bone into the floor with your next inhale, lift the left leg behind you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Think about dropping the left hip toward the mat as you lift the leg using the glutes and the low back. And with your exhale, gently lower the leg. Take a breath in and out. And with your next inhale, if it feels okay, we'll lift both legs behind us. If that doesn't feel okay, go ahead and lift one leg and then the other following your breath. So we can hold with both or lift and lower with each leg, alternating. So doing what feels best for you in this moment. And with your next exhale, or when you're balanced, if you're alternating legs, go ahead and lower the legs down. We'll bring the hands out and bring them underneath the shoulders, pressing the hips back to the heels, coming into child's pose or reclined puppy with the hips up higher. From either position, make sure the forehead is supported, so either resting on the mat, on the back of the hands, or on stacked fists. Your arms can be out in front of you, or if it feels okay in child's pose, you can bring the arms alongside the body. Breathing into the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. We'll bring the hands under the shoulders and roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. And let's tuck the toes under, stretching the bottom of the feet. So if it feels okay, you can sit back onto the heels like this. You could be up on the knees working on kind of leaning back. Or if it feels better, you can also have the hands down, working on stretching the bottom of the feet there. So do what feels right for you. Then let's come back onto the soles of the feet, pressing the feet down and bringing them about hip width apart. Hands can be on the floor, feet or legs, shins. And with your next inhale, let's lift up halfway. Exhale, fold over just as far as feels okay, listening to your body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, bend the knees a little deeper as you inhale, lift the arms all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's work with balance pose of standing knee to chest today, and you can find the variation that feels best for you. If you feel like you want a wall to put your hand on or have your back against, go ahead and find that in your space as well. Get a little sip here. All right, so finding our balance on both feet, about hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes and spread them wide as you lower them down. Let's turn the vision, or excuse me, find a vision, focus spot for your gaze. My words are all mixed up today. Shifting your weight to your left leg. We'll come up to the big toe of the right foot. From here, you can either lift the toes, working on balance here, or lift the knee, interlacing the fingers in front of the knee. Shoulders are back and down, heart is lifted, belly is strong. Rooting into that left foot as you lengthen through the crown of the head. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could bring the knee up higher into the chest. And if you want a little extra challenge, you could either bring the hands under the knee and extend the leg out, or take hold underneath the foot and extend the leg out here. Just finding your spot in this moment that feels comfortable. And when you're ready, we'll gently lower down. Shake out that left leg. And then we'll find our balance on both feet again. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Shifting your weight to your right leg, come up to the big toe of your left foot, and make sure you find a focus spot for your gaze. Again, you can stay here, lifting the toes, working on that balance. If that feels steady, you can lift the knee, interlacing the fingers. Shoulders are back and down. Belly is strong, rooting into the foot. You can stay here or draw the knee into the chest. And again, if you want that extra challenge, you could interlace the hands underneath the thigh, extending the leg out, or take hold underneath the foot, extending the leg here. Remembering that it's more beneficial if you can stay in the balance pose for longer in a less extended part of the pose than trying to extend out too far and tipping over, not being able to work on that balance, which I'm about to do. All right, lowering your legs down. All right, let's, my mat seems to migrate on the carpet. Let's bring our feet nice and wide on your mat. Okay. And then we're going to turn the toes of the right foot toward the short end of your mat. Left heel will drop back. Inhale the arms out at shoulder height. And as you exhale, bend the right leg. If your knee is coming past the toes, go ahead and walk the toes out a little bit more. Then we're going to bring the forearm to the thigh and bring that left arm over the ear into extended triangle pose. If that doesn't feel good for your shoulder, you can bring the the hand by the low back instead. So pressing into both feet, lengthen through the left side of the body. You can stay here, or if you feel okay, you can reach the hand down toward a block or toward the mat. What we want to do is keep the torso facing the wall, making sure that our chest isn't coming toward the floor. Reaching that arm over the ear. Now we're going to push into the feet and then sweep the hand in front, coming across and lifting up tall. And then let's move into Trikonasana by pressing that left hip back, reaching the arm across, floating the hand down. The left arm comes up toward the sky or again to the low back. Softening through the hamstrings of the left leg. Nope, right leg. And with your next inhale, press into the feet, lifting up tall. And exhale, lower the hands down. Let's shift our feet. Left foot toward the short end of the mat, right heel drops back. We'll inhale the arms out at shoulder height. Exhale, bending that left knee. Again, knee is stacked over the ankle. Forearm comes to the thigh. Right arm comes over the ear, or again, toward the low back. Working on keeping that torso turned toward the wall. Pushing into both feet. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could work on bringing that hand down toward a block or toward the floor. Pushing actively into both feet. With your next inhale, turn to face the mat, sweep the arm across and lift up tall. And float the hands down. We'll bring both feet to face the long end of the mat. Inhale, sweeping the arms up over the head, lifting the torso up out of the pelvis. And as you exhale, swan dive, hips out behind us. Floating the hands down underneath the shoulders onto blocks or the floor. Bending the knees. If you'd like to walk your feet out a little further, if that feels okay, go ahead. Otherwise, stay right where you are. Knees are soft, pushing actively into the feet. You're going to lift the sitting bones up toward the sky and lengthen through the spine. Then we'll walk the hands over toward the right leg. And it's going to be on the floor, block, or leg. Turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthen down over the leg just as far as feels okay. Pressing into your right foot, lift up through your right hip. We'll come back to the center and across to the left. Hands on the floor, block, or leg. Turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthening down over the leg. Left foot pushes into the mat as the left hip lifts up toward the sky. And gently coming back to the center. Lengthening the spine, pressing back through both hips. Let's walk the feet closer toward each other, stopping just outside of hip width apart. If you'd like to use a block, place it in the center behind the heels. Variations of Malasana squat, we can bring the hips down, keeping them up. Bend the knees, dropping the hips, but keeping them up a little higher, working on strengthening. or begin to lower down onto the block or bringing the hips down by the heels. Can also come all the way to the mat, walking the feet further apart, pressing the elbows or upper arms into the thighs or knees here. And think about really lengthening the back in whichever position you're in. We're doing often a lot of hunching, and this is a nice way to really lengthen our back in that seated position. It also helps with digestion. Take one more breath. And then gently lower the rest of the way down if you aren't there already. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. And if you notice your tailbone, your pelvis is kind of rolling back, if you sit on the edge of the blanket, it can help that pelvis tilt forward and give a little more opening through the hips. The soles of the feet together. If they need any more TLC, you can give them a little extra love there. And then when you're ready, you can bring the hands to the ankles or toes, lengthening the spine. Letting the knees gently fall out to the side. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, extending the spine out. Really thinking about tilting the pelvis as you lengthen the spine out, softening through the groin muscles, and maybe engaging the outer hip muscles to draw the knees down a little further if that feels okay. Lengthening the back of the neck as you extend out over the feet just as far as feels okay for your body today. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. Bring the hands on the outside of the knees. Bring the knees together and give them a little hug, rounding the spine. And we'll come back to a cross-legged position. Lengthening the spine tall, shoulders back and down. Let's gently drop the chin toward the chest, keeping the shoulders back and heart lifted, so only drop as far as feels okay. And let's roll the chin toward the right shoulder, softening the shoulder blades down the back. Just hold and breathe. With your next inhale, gently roll back to the center. And with your exhale, roll the chin toward the left shoulder, softening, breathing into the right side of the neck. With your inhale, come back to the center. Let the breath go, softening through the back of the neck again. Then inhale, lift the chin. And exhale, drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Tuck the shoulder blade back and down. Breathing into the left side of the neck. Noticing where you can gently let go. With your next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, dropping that left ear over the left shoulder just as far as feels okay. Shoulder blades back and down. Breathing into the right side of the neck. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. And let the breath go. Let's bend our knees in front of us, and we'll gently round the spine, rolling back. Just realized the time is a little later than I expected, so I apologize for running over our regular time. Let's bend the knees, hugging them in toward the chest, gently making some small circles with the low back. And reversing those circles. Let's bring the arms out at shoulder height, dropping the knees to the right, vision to the left. Inhaling to the center, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right. Inhale to the center. Gently lower the feet down. And let's extend the legs out into Shavasana. If that doesn't feel good for your low back, you can add a pillow or bolster underneath the knees, or you can also bring the feet out to the edges of the mat and rest the knees together. So finding a position where you can be restful for a few minutes. Tucking the shoulders under, arms slightly away from the body with the palms turned up. Relax your forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Gently bring your awareness back to the breath. Allowing each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. As we create space for the new blossoms of spring, letting go of any old patterns or habits can create space for new opportunities. Let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness to each and every cell of your body. Honoring all of who you are in this moment. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can gently roll to your side, resting there for a moment. And then gently returning to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today.